Good morning. Welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Meetinghouse of Provincetown, where we affirm the inherent worth and dignity of every person and where we support each other on our spiritual search for truth and meaning. My name is Reverend Kate Wilkinson, and I am so glad that you are here. Welcome to those of you in the room, and welcome also to those of you joining us online via our live stream. Our theme this morning is a tangled up Christmas. So I hope you will enjoy how this theme shows up throughout the different elements of the service. We're having fun this morning. If you haven't noticed yet, many of us are in our pajamas. And I'm sure those of you watching from home are in your pajamas too, right? And some of us are wearing our silliest sweaters. If you're new here, no, this isn't standard. And if you come back this evening, you'll see a much more dignified bunch leading worship. But we do love the chance to be creative and goofy. And even though the holiday season is often tangled and complicated, there are always moments of joy. And we hope to provide you with a few of those moments this morning. Before we go on with our Tangled Up Christmas service, I do have a few announcements to share. Thank you to everyone who made our solstice celebration so wonderful. That was an amazing evening. Thank you to all of our volunteers, Pastor Brenda and Jan for helping to set up, our readers and candle lighters and light dimmers, our dancers and musicians, Rose Clancy and Max Cohen, and all of you who baked treats and mulled cider for our reception afterwards. We do hope that you will come back or tune in tonight at 7 o'clock for our candlelight Christmas Eve service. This is a really lovely service where we share the Christmas story, light candles, and sing together. We'll even play the organ. Bring your neighbors and friends. That's at 7 o'clock tonight. The Meetinghouse office will be closed between Christmas and New Year's. We hope you have a wonderful holiday week with your friends and family. Please join us for a special Taizé-style service on Sunday morning, December 31st. We will make one last bank deposit of the year on Friday, so if you want anything credited to your 2023 pledge, please be sure to hand that in today. Or I think if you stick it in the mail now, it might make it to us by Friday. This evening's Christmas Eve collection will go to my minister's discretionary fund to help folks in need in our community. So if you are bringing a check tonight, you can make that out to UUMH Discretionary Fund. Because we are taking a little restful break after the holidays, we will not be having our Tuesday night Zoom coffee hour on the 26th of December, but we will resume that on January 2nd. And finally, we hope that you will stick around today for coffee and cider and refreshments downstairs in Acker Bosworth Hall following the service. Now let's take a moment to affirm our community's covenant. You can find this on the little purple laminated cards in your pews, or you can just listen line by line as I say it. I invite you to repeat each line after me. Love is the spirit of this meeting house. This is our great covenant. To dwell together in peace. To seek the truth in love, and to help one another. Now, all of our hymns this morning are Christmas carols, and these are ones that we won't get to sing tonight, so we are singing them now. Please join me for our first carol, Deck the Hall. Did you know that it was only one hall that we were decking? That is number 235 in the gray hymnals. That's number 235 in the gray hymnals. Deck the hall with boughs of holly. Please rise as you are able. Deck the hall with boughs of holly. La 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 la. seated. We will now light our chalice, symbol of Unitarian Universalism and also of hospitality and service. As we light our chalice here in the sanctuary, I invite those of you who are watching at home to light a candle wherever you are. In that way we can feel connected even while we are apart. And this morning I invite Shar and Lee to light our chalice.
Our chalice lighting this morning, the reading is by Jakiran Olaoya. Well, thank you. Merry Christmas. We light this chalice here in the darkness of winter as we wait. This temporary space is filled with prayers to be answered, love to be given and received, miracles to be witnessed. May this light guide us until the light of the sun returns again.
All month we have been lighting the candles of our Advent wreath, one each Sunday. And today we will light the final candle on this morning of Christmas Eve. Previously, we lit candles in honor of hope, peace, and joy, and so we relight those candles. And we also light the fourth candle in honor of love. As the wheel of the season turns and we are brought closer and closer to the sun, we are reminded of how love is the source of compassion and warmth. Love animates our days, informs our decisions, and quickens our hearts. This fourth Advent candle represents all we hold dear, our precious memories, our caring for one another, and our beautiful planet that sustains us. Love knows us, holds us, and nurtures us. May love find us this Advent season as we rest here for a moment, take in the stillness, and be present to ourselves and those around us. Please join us in singing our next carol, O Little Town of Bethlehem. That's number 246 in our gray hymnals, O Little Town of Bethlehem. Please rise as you're able.
Yet in thy dark streets shine
We have two different versions in our hymnal, 246 and 247. You may be seated. Please join me now in a spirit of meditation and prayer. During the prayer or at any time during the service, you are welcome to light a silent candle at the table to the right of the pulpit, and there's a journal there to record your thoughts and prayers. Now, this morning's prayer is an interactive prayer, and I'll tell you in a moment how you can help me with it. But first, I'll tell you that it was written by my colleague up in Burlington, Vermont, Reverend Karen Johnston, and it adapts Judy Bressler's story called Servant Candle. And it adds in a few hand gestures, and that's your part. And I need a chime. Got it? At this time of prayer and reflection, after the chime rings, I invite you to join me with your hands following mine, making the same gestures. A candle alone is a small thing, but one candle can light another. And see how its own light increases as it gives flame to another? Okay, so that's your part, and it returns several times throughout the prayer. You're already very good at it. Light is the power to chase away shadows. Throughout history, shadows have tried to smother the light, but always in the end it fails. For always, somewhere in the world, the light remains, ready to burn its brightest where the most shadows reside. Every free people in the world has remained free by resisting those who would extinguish this light in people's hearts. The light of freedom, of truth, of love. A candle alone is a small thing, but one candle can light another. And see how its light increases as it gives flame to another. We who seek to increase this light must remember that just as one candle alone is a small thing, one person alone is a small thing. One nation alone is a small thing. We must learn to see how much we need others, and we must learn to see how much others need us. This morning we send our light and prayers to all those in this congregation and in our community who are grieving. The holidays are such a hard time to be missing someone. Know that you are not alone. We send our light and prayers to those who are in pain. We have so many people recovering from surgery right now, or waiting for surgery, or who are dealing with chronic illnesses. This takes so much strength and patience and fortitude. And we lend you some of our light and determination so that you can get through this hard time. We send our light and prayers to all the caregivers in our congregation and in this community. It is totally exhausting to take care of another person, no matter how good a person you are. So we send you our light and our understanding, and also our gratitude as you move through this season with all the extra responsibilities that you have on your plate. A candle alone is a small thing, but one candle can light another, and see how its own light increases and gives flame to the other. And when one heart kindles another, when one person strengthens another, when one mind illumines another, the light increases within us as we pass it on. Let us spend just a moment in silence, thinking about something in our own lives for which we feel gratitude, something we are grateful for. Let the silence help you recognize your gratitude and give it a name. And then when the chime rings, let us shout out our gratitude into this circle of care to remind ourselves and each other that gratitude can not only shout, but shine like the brightest light. And when you hear that chime at home, I invite you to shout out your gratitude into your living room or wherever you are watching this service. But first, let us think about our gratitude in silence. Playfulness. Amen. Let's sing again, shall we? Let's do one that always makes me think of my grandparents. It Came Upon a Midnight Clear. I think there's only one version. I believe it's 244. And it's in the same gray hymnal, number 244. It Came Upon a Midnight Clear. Please rise as you are able. We'll get there. 244 in the hymnal, not in the songbook. One more. You may be seated.
First off, I'm dealing with a frog in my throat. Sure hope it doesn't turn into a prince. Our reading this morning is Muttered Prayer in Thanks to the Under-Genius of Christmas. Putting up the old fir tree last night and pondering why, again, we slay a perfectly healthy tree, 10 years of age, not even a teenager yet, and prop up the body and drape it with frippery, and then finally feed the brittle former vibrancy into a chipper and pay a grim Boy Scout $5 for the privilege. I watched my bride and children quietly for a while from behind the tree, where I was struggling with that haunted, cursed string of lights, and I saw the under-genius of it all. I saw beneath the tinsel and nog, the snarl of commerce, and the ocean of misspent money. I saw the quiet pleasure of ritual, the actual no kidding, no fooling urge to pause and think about other people and their joy, the anticipation of days spent laughing and shouldering in the kitchen with the agenda and no press, with no agenda and no press of duty. I saw the flash of peace and love under all the shrill selling and tinny theater, and I was thrilled and moved. And then I remembered, too, that the ostensible reason for it all was the love, being bold and brave enough to assume a form that would bleed and break and despair and die. And then I was moved again and abashed. And I finished untangling the epic knots of lights, shivering yet again with happiness that we were given such a sweet and terrible knot of a world to untangle as best we can with bumbling love. And so, amen. May we all be so blessed in our common task to untangle the sweet and terrible knot of a world. May your holiday be merry and bright. May the world know peace and joy. May the coming year be filled with justice and compassion.
Thank you. Every year I hear it on the radio. At first you'd think it's the 12 days of Christmas, but then you realize it isn't. The tune's the same, but the words are different. Instead of the 12 days of Christmas, it's the 12 pains of Christmas. And some of the Christmas struggles seem quite familiar, because even though many of us love the holidays, there are still some tough things to navigate, right? So to help us to get to the peaceful and celebratory mood for tonight's service, this morning we get our complaining out of the way. And I've recruited Brenda and Deb and Dave to help me share this song with you. Because maybe by naming a few of our holiday frustrations, we can let go of them a little. Now, I'm going to play a little kid here. Maybe my pajamas will help you imagine that. And Deb and Dave are going to play my parents. So, here we go.
The first thing at Christmas that's such a pain to me is finding a Christmas tree. The second thing at Christmas that's such a pain to me, and finding a Christmas tree. The third thing at Christmas that's such a pain to me,
Belly aches.
and finding a Christmas tree. The fourth thing at Christmas that's such a pain to me, sending Christmas cards,
Belly aches.
and then finding a Christmas tree. The fifth thing at Christmas that's such a pain to me, sending Christmas cards,
Belly aches.
and finding a Christmas tree. The sixth thing at Christmas that's such a pain to me, facing my in-laws. Oh, and I hate those Christmas cards.
Belly aches.
And finding a Christmas tree. The seventh thing at Christmas that's such a pain to me, facing my in-laws. Sending Christmas cards.
Oh, geez.
And finding a Christmas tree. The eighth thing at Christmas that's such a pain to me.
I want a transformer for Christmas.
Charities? What do you mean your in-laws? 5 months of bills.
Oh, making out these cards.
Mommy, I don't feel good.
What? We have no extension cords?
And finding a Christmas tree. The ninth thing at Christmas that's such a pain to me, finding parking spaces.
Daddy, I want some candy.
Donations!
Facing my in-laws.
5 months of bills.
Writing out those Christmas cards.
Belly aches.
Now why the heck are they blinking?
And finding a Christmas tree. The 10th thing at Christmas that's such a pain to me,
Batteries not included.
no parking spaces.
Buy me something.
Is the Salvation Army ethical?
Oh, facing my in-laws.
5 months of bills.
Yo-ho, sending Christmas
I
cards.
ate too much candy.
One light goes out, they all go out.
And finding a Christmas tree. The 11th thing at Christmas that's such a pain to me, still TV specials,
Batteries not included.
no parking spaces.
I gotta go to the bathroom.
Charities!
She's such a witch, I hate her.
5 months of bills.
Oh, I don't even know half these people.
Like right now.
Get a flashlight and blow a fuse.
And finding a Christmas tree. The 12th thing at Christmas that's such a pain to me,
Sing Christmas carols.
still TV specials,
Batteries not included.
no parking.
Charities!
Gotta make 'em dinner.
5 months of bills.
I'm not sending them this year, that's it.
Is Santa real?
Fine, you're so smart, you rig up the lights.
And finding a Christmas tree.
Thank you all. You are such good sports in this congregation. Now is the time in our service where we take a collection for the ongoing support of this meeting house and our shared ministry. As we enjoy a musical reflection by Brenda, we welcome your donations here in the sanctuary or online through PayPal or Venmo. You can find that information on our website, uumh.org, and there are QR codes in the pews as well. At this time, I invite, probably we could do it with two volunteer ushers forward to take up the collection. On and off site, your offerings will now be gratefully received. Our message this morning is called Holiday Traditions Tangled Up Like Lights, and it's by Reverend Meg Barnhouse. Many thanks to her for this reflection, which appeared in the UU World magazine in 2017. The holidays are so tangled up with traditions, expectations, disappointments, and joys, Meg says. Tangled like the string of lights you dig out of dusty boxes, or the plastic tubs you bought that year that you read a book on how to be better organized. The lights themselves tangle because taking down decorations is about 1/100th as much fun as putting them up. And putting them up, let's face it, isn't all that much fun. Having them up is great, though, because you can feel that you are giving yourself, your family, and your friends an experience of beauty. Or at least you've forestalled their worrying that something is wrong with you that they need to be concerned about. One tradition in my family, Meg says, is that I got sick every Christmas of my children's youth. We would get a beautiful fir tree after Thanksgiving, and I would get sicker and sicker until I was lying on the sofa negotiating with them about perhaps having a minimalist tree this year. Wasn't it more beautiful undecorated, just green and fresh smelling? We didn't need any glowy balls or sparkly stars or pictures of them from first grade and paper frames shaped like bells. My older son thought this was cool. At 9, he grumbled about how all kid movies had happy endings, and he completely grasped the concept of minimalism. The younger son pushed for sparkles and cheer. Once I found out that I was allergic to evergreens, the whole experience got better for all of us, even though we grumbled about our fake tree. After that, I had energy to take them to the mall, where we would give a wide berth to the enormous mechanical stuffed moose. Was it supposed to be a reindeer? Whose head swiveled at intervals, and booming sounds came from his mouth. I think it was supposed to be saying, "Merry Christmas," but the raspy squawking was unintelligible and therefore mildly creepy. It was the eyes that tipped it over into alarming. We called it the possessed moose, and as I say, we gave it wide berth. I grew up in a house where the routine of celebration was over the top, Meg says. We'd get the tree Christmas Eve, and the kids would go to bed. My dad would stay up and decorate the tree. This was the only night of the year that he slept at our house instead of at his apartment in town. He asked that we wake him up by playing carols outside of the guest room door. I would play the guitar and sing, and my sister would play her flute. Mama would cook breakfast and make coffee. We would eat in the dining room with a big sheet pinned over the entranceway to the living room so that we couldn't see the tree. We'd eat, and my father, who doesn't even drink coffee, would have a cup. And Mama would say, "Would you like another cup of coffee?" My sister and I would groan theatrically. "Yes, I believe I would, thank you," he'd say, and we'd wait, bouncing in our chairs until that cup was gone. Then the sheet was dramatically pushed aside, and there was the glory, sparkling tree, huge mounds of presents. We believed in quantity over quality, so everything was wrapped. Q-tips, toothpaste, oranges, and Band-Aids. We went one present at a time, with everyone oohing and ahhing over each one as it was opened. It took until early afternoon. I changed the traditions when I was the mom, Meg says. For my sons, I always baked orange Danish. Not much of a baker, I bought the pastries in those tubes that you whack on the counter to open. I started that tradition deliberately, remembering my mother crying. She was crying at a flour commercial that used to come on when I was a teenager. A mother in the kitchen baking, and the voiceover was crooning about making gold medal memories for your family. She was a second-grade teacher who came home tired my entire life. "I never made you any gold medal memories," she sobbed. Of course, I patted her on the shoulder and told her that it was fine. I wanted my boys to have some memories, and at least one of them should be of something baked. Bless all our hearts. The boys also have the memory of our next-door neighbors in South Carolina who were strong Southern Baptists. They had two beautiful teenagers, a boy and a girl. Every Christmas season, they would have a live nativity scene at the side of their house. The boy played Joseph and the girl played Mary. If you didn't know they were siblings, it wasn't off-putting. They'd get a mule and a cow and a baby doll. It attracted little traffic, unlike the big Methodist church downtown that set up a drive-through live nativity so that you could stay in your car and visit the baby Jesus. There were so many drive-by pilgrims that the city had to close the street to other traffic. My sons don't have the same Christmas memories that I do. They've got the neighbors, the Danish, the stockings on Christmas Eve. Every family is its own culture. One of the best anti-racism trainings that I went to, Meg says, had an exercise at the beginning that made it plain that each of us came from a culture. It was wonderful because it refracted cultures as if through a crystal, painting them as Italian, Greek, German, Irish, South Indian, Filipino, urban Black, rural Black, and more. Most of all, we saw that every family had a culture of its own, with its own language, stories, assumptions, habits, ways of dealing with money, relatives, food, drink, affection, decor. In my practice as a couples counselor, Meg says, I used to tell my clients that every marriage was a cross-cultural marriage, and odds were good that each partner felt that the way their family did things was the way to do it. So I have an idea. Based on what Meg just said, let's take a moment to share with each other now the way to do it. Find someone near you or walk over to someone across the aisle, maybe someone you don't know, and describe how your family of origin approached the holidays. And after a minute or two, be sure to switch to let your conversation partner have a turn. And please, let's be sure everyone has a talking partner. If you need to make groups of 3, you can do that. Those of you watching from home, talk about your holiday traditions with someone nearby, or just reminisce for a few minutes about holidays gone by. What was your culture of Christmas? All right, thank you. Thank you so much for sharing. You can continue the conversations, hopefully at coffee hour. I hope that that was a nice cross-cultural experience for you. And now we have a special treat because Zoe Lewis is here. And she has a wonderful song about a cross-cultural experience of Christmas with her love, Sharon. Zoe, would you please share your song with us?
Can't have a droopy microphone. So we were having, it's fun hearing everyone's different Christmas traditions. You know, I'm from England. And we have turkey because we don't have Thanksgiving. You know, so everyone in England basically has turkey for Christmas Day. I mean, a few posh people have a duck or a goose, but mostly we have turkey, and we always have it at lunchtime, you know, my family. And I was just telling the people there that I'd wake up and just have chocolate for breakfast, and then wait until, I had my turkey at 1 o'clock. Sometimes we'd all go to the pub while the turkey cooked itself, and have a glass of port and then come back. And, years ago I lost my mum, and the tradition changed. And I, have lived in the States for a long time now, and I fell in love with a Jewish girl from New York City. So she used to come and visit me and my mum for Christmas. But then when my mum went, all of a sudden it was different. I was spending New York Christmas with my Jewish love. I used to have holly and ivy, kiss underneath the mistletoe, sing carols, drink barrels, wear festive apparels, but all that seems so long ago. Hang on. I think I've done it in the wrong key. Hang on. I used to have turkey and stuffing, kiss underneath the mistletoe, sing carols, drink barrels, wear festive apparels, but all that seems so long ago. Blowing it. Hang on. It is that. I used to have turkey and stuffing, kiss out, you know what I mean, under the mistletoe, sing carols, drink barrels, wear festive apparels, but all that seems so long ago. La, 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 la. Put stockings out for St. Nick. Got it. But since I took a fancy to a girl from Delancey, my Yuletide has changed quite a bit. Now it's Peking duck for Christmas, lo mein and dumplings and tea. 'Tis the season of joy for my girl and this goy. My Shana Madel, my Yiddish Madel, my Shana Madel and me. I had shepherds, 3 kings and a manger. My nativity scene was the biz. But as soon as I saw her, I bought a menorah, and I learned that it is what it is. It seems that my cattle stopped lowing, my jingle bells all have been rung, but I'm happy as a clam in the house of Hunan, 'cause I'm here with my chosen one. Yes, it's Peking duck for Christmas. Then a movie we'll see. Oh, how can this guy not plutz with joy? My Shana Madel and me. Everybody,
It's Peking duck for Christmas, lo mein and dumplings and tea. 'Tis the season of joy for my girl and this guy. My Shane Madel, my Yiddish Madel, my Shane Madel and me. Oy vey! I made it.
Thank you, Zoe. Thank you. Here's how Meg Barnhouse ends her holiday reflection. I wish you a celebration this holiday that has glimmering moments of excitement, warm moments of contentment, and not too many moments where you're heaving yourself along through projects that must be completed before you can rest. Where we came from is an enormous part of who we are, but it's not every part. May you add your own strands of lights to the tangle. You won't do it perfectly, and that's okay. Let love rule, and the compulsive craving for perfection will fade. Love where you came from, if you can, and love how you change things. It'll still be a tangle, but maybe untangling together can be part of the tradition. I hope you'll join us downstairs for coffee and cider and treats. Merry Christmas to all of you. Go in peace.